Yes.
No. I tried it. She was I don't want to.
Do it last year, though.
When we get stuck.
I tried calling you to let me in, it was freezing up there.
You said snap. Yeah.
Only if it's
You said April.
You know what we're checking.
You said April.
We have to do the catch up for one.
I mean, it's all dependent on like conversation. Okay, I'm gonna call the meeting to order, so if everyone wants to stand for the pledge really quick. I pledge allegiance to the flag of
the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so everyone should have their budget book. I have it up on the screen as well, and we are on YouTube this year. So just make sure, kind of some housekeeping. Most of you guys have had a meeting with me before, so try to keep side conversations to none. It just messes up audio and things too. Try to get everything out in one kind of round so that we don't have one person saying all the things and keep on having to go back. And I think that's it. Does anyone have any questions before we get started?
We just went around Norman Control.
Sure.
Options.
Go ahead.
George Merrill, Board of Selectmen.
Austin Gate Budget Committee.
Rick McComb, Board of Selectmen.
Oh, Jim Lowell.
Oh, hi.
Budget Committee.
Planning Board.
Adrian Child, Budget Committee.
Architect, Budget Committee.
Alex Van Sap, Budget Committee.
Stephanie Saltzman, Budget Committee. Raquel Welch, Town Manager.
Holly Williams, Treasurer. I'm Laura Gover, but Board of Trustees.
Nancy Reynolds, Budget Committee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So in your binder, we'll start, Raquel has her summary in there, so if you'd like to kick us off.
Sure. So I'm hoping you guys read the summary because I think that'll help facilitate the whole thing. Definitely, we're coming in over what last year's total was, but not a ton. That budget comparison sheet that I have in there, I was told that some of the last year's numbers are not correct. I was looking at the warrant, but not what actually passed, and those numbers were different on a couple articles. So that's a little off. I'll fix it and get you the corrected copies next week, but I don't think it's off enough to skew a whole mill rate. So I think it's pretty safe to say if the school budget doesn't explode and county budget doesn't explode, our mill rate will stay within the same range that it is this year, given the amount that we're putting forward. Capital projects, I have it broken out and show you where they come from. We really don't have a whole lot of capital this year. I just don't dare. I'd like to write it out this year. You guys bought a lot of stuff last year. I'd like to write it out, make sure our numbers are correct before we make any more major purchases. The excise tax that is in the charter that goes toward expenses for roads covers the 2 bonds and the excavator payment. And then when I spoke to the auditor, we are all set to pay the other loans off that usually get paid out of undesignated funds. And we would also be able to still take $185,000 out of undesignated to offset taxes. And that would also cover cans for Jerry and the rest of the money we need to pave this parking lot out here, resurface it. We'll address those things later on within the budgets, but that's a breakdown of how that will work. Tax rate calculator is there. For those of you, and this is last year's tax rate calculated with this year's revenue sharing and this year's appropriations put in, but it's all last year's numbers. But those numbers are gonna stay pretty consistent. I don't believe we've had enough building permits and new real estate to make that huge of a difference on there. And our revenue sharing went up 80-something thousand, which is helpful. I don't know, what else do you guys want for information on this before we do anything else? George, you must have something you're looking for.
No, I do. Well, just.
Oh, I just don't know what you guys do
Yeah,
with
so,
this.
so just the two numbers you provided,
Which
so,
page are you looking at?
page one. The year's requested amount to raise and appropriate is an increase of 139,894.89.
Yes,
And then down below, we're seeing an increase in $81,000 in, revenue sharing.
yes.
Is that coming out of that 139 or is that
No.
without the 139?
No, that's without it.
So we can take that.
I didn't take that off of it, but that number's gonna be a little bit different, like I said, because I didn't realize that some of those articles changed. So I didn't look at the minutes, I just looked at the articles. So I've gotta go back and fix that number.
Okay.
So no, that's not coming off of that. So that's the difference, give or take, and then that 81,000. So it helps offset that.
Any other questions?
Do we know from last year's budget, as far as what was spent or expended, what's coming back over for this year?
We don't, because the audit's not completed. Yeah, and that's another reason why I don't wanna make any big purchases, because you just don't, the audit's not done.
Any other questions?
And the revenues are all trending about the same. We have the same population, so your licenses, your registrations, all that stuff, it's all trending about the same.
Do we have an updated expense report for right now?
I only printed off of the one department we're doing tonight, because I figured if it's gonna change weekly with each department.
We have.
I haven't passed it out yet, but I have it. All right, I'm gonna take one and pass it around.
So just on your capital list.
Yeah.
You asked for another 15,000 for resurfacing the parking lot.
Yes,
Can we use that?
yes, I asked, yes. Yes, I didn't know if we had to ask for the whole amount, yeah, but it was approved last year, so, yeah, we're good. Or maybe I'll get half of it done in June and the other half in July, and then we're really good. So there's no question.
Any other questions before we move on?
I'm just thinking, get a firm estimate on that too.
Yeah.
Is it that one place in the parking lot that needs to be
Correct,
ripped up and
correct, yeah.
So we do or we don't have a firm estimate on that yet?
We got 3 estimates last year, and they were all right around 30,000, so hopefully it doesn't go up, going back out again, but
But no new bids this year yet.
no.
We have a couple of people that were going to be late, but, well,
We've got 2.
before we move on,
just a question on the budget comparison, budget comparison sheet.
Mhm.
What's the difference between the top and the bottom?
Oh, okay, good question. The top one is every department right now, and we've got things moving. There's a lot of movement within our journal right now because we're trying to get all expenses that belong to each department within the department. Utilities, insurances, social security, workers' comp, anything that's related to a department, we're putting into those departments. So those numbers are really convoluted. So when I looked at that, I said, okay, but to be able to tell at least the big departments, I made the smaller one, and that one's apples to apples. That one doesn't take into account the stuff moving. That's just exactly compared to what last year was. So we could have a good idea of what each major department looked like.
That's the bottom part.
Yes, yes. Great question, George.
Well, thank you, Lars.
I thought it was great.
Yes, that needed explaining.
All right, are we ready for administration? That's the first.
Wow, really? Okay. Did I explain that good? Any moving? Okay.
Do you want to look at revenues or not?
You can look at them. They're about they're trending the same.
Too good. I'm just wondering, like, with excise tax, if you can bump that estimate up.
Oh, well, we won't know that till closer.
Yeah, but if I'm using last year's numbers, we're at 1.25, I
Yep,
think.
that sounds about right.
So, the more we,
Oh, absolutely. The more we can put in, the better off we are. Absolutely. But I figured that number's not, that's a fluid number. We don't have to lock that in until the very end.
The hard part with doing that number though, George, is what happens if you don't get that number,
Right.
I agree, but
and then you're under budget.
I like to send the taxpayers a little money somewhere if I can.
But what happens if it doesn't happen?
But we don't have to lock that in until April. So
No, I know, but
we'll
I'm
have a good feel by then what's left.
Right.
Yeah.
But as people here make their decisions
Gotcha.
on how much they want to spend, it's nice to know what that number really
Gotcha.
might look like, whether we're, or if the group thinks that $1 million is where we want to stay, then that's fine. But, people are interested in maybe upping, seeing that number up,
Yep.
projected, so that we're more close to it.
Mhm. I can, what do you think? We could probably pretty comfortably say that excise tax is gonna be about what it was last year. Because it's amazing to me how many vehicles.
So again, as I look at the January 6th summary report,
Mhm.
we were up 62.74%, above the 50% line. So we,
Right,
what we made so far, we made 627,000.
Right.
And that was 6 months worth, so we have another 6 months.
that's right. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, when it was, what, 1.2 million last year for that, we'll be there. Yeah.
Is that what we approved last year for revenue sharing?
$1 million.
We did 700.
I'm sorry, no.
For
sorry,
excise.
I was talking excise.
Excise,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So 750,000 for revenue sharing, $1 million for
right, everything's moving, yeah, yeah. No, so we should be good there.
Yep.
And that covers the bonds and everything, so that's good. We don't have to raise and appropriate.
Could probably raise the snowmobile registrations. You know, it's snowmobile.
only this year.
Any other questions?
Administration's 3.
Okay, we'll go to administration. Is tab 3. So you have your spreadsheets kind of in the front section, and then there's the details in the individual pages following. So do you want to just maybe highlight the increases, decreases, or is there else on
I
mine?
think it's better, I myself just like the individual line pages and we can just flip through them. So we'll just start with the first page, full-time wages, and I'll field any questions that anybody has.
How'd you get the number?
The total for the wages?
Yeah.
I figured out how much everybody made.
Okay. Well, your numbers and my numbers don't match, so.
How do they not match?
I don't know, but if we can have some detail, so like last year's, the town manager's salary was listed, the treasurer, the tax collector, the town clerk, the office clerk was each individually done
Okay,
on how much they were making.
I can give you that information, I have it right here.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
I mean, that's the kind of detail that I want to see on each sheet personally, so that we can kind of look at that number, because I came up with 346,000 for admin.
That's interesting. I don't know how you did that. All right, so it's 100, let me see, what have we got? Oh, no, see, you're way off, that's why. So, I mean, all right. So I currently make 100,000 now.
Okay,
So, and there was 10,000 added in there for a raise. That's what I was told when I took the position, that there was $10,000 place, so I moved it forward. The clerk makes 30 an hour, then the two other clerks are at 24, and the treasurer would be at 99,807.
So one more time.
Okay, 110.
Okay.
I didn't, oh, are you adding that in there now? Okay, I was gonna say, I didn't do that. Okay, clerk is at $30 an hour.
And what's that?
What is it, 2080?
30 times, 30 times 40 times 52.
62.
Okay,
Two clerks at 24.
but that's not what they're currently doing.
No, this was one is moving up to that, and the other one is, once her, if she tops out and makes it, we'll make it 24. So that's what they would be moving forward at.
Again, in the description, you said the only person getting a raise would be the treasurer, but that's not.
That raise would be effective for next year. These two are working within their year, and they're getting their 6 months evals, and that's when their pay would go up. That's within this year. So that,
Before the end of the year.
so the raise, yeah, so it happened, one's coming right up, February, and the other one would be June. So 24 for two, and then the treasurer will be at 97 with her 2% raise. 807.
George, that didn't make it better.
I am sorry.
That's not it. It's not already where.
See? There it is. I don't know how to do that one.
Changes, I go down to the 1 year.
6 months. They get a raise at 6 months, yes. And both of their 6 months are up before the end of this year. Yeah. So they don't qualify for a raise to go into July because they're within there. You know what I'm saying?
So will that impact any of the other benefits?
No. Well, health insurance, oh, retirement, yes.
So that,
It's built in.
is going
So, are we on overtime and part-time wages? Because I have a couple questions.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm
So-
so sorry. Is everyone done on full-time wages? Everyone clear? Got your numbers? Good. Sorry, Mark. Go ahead.
So, no overtime wages for anybody?
No,
What about ballot clerks
that comes out of voting line.
on the voting line?
Yep.
And part-time wages
We
is
don't
on the voting line also?
Yes.
So you're forcing people to go comp time, not overtime? You can't do that.
We're gonna work our 40 hours and that's it.
So they're gonna take the pay, so I'm just asking the question, so when they help out for the ballots, they're gonna actually take it out of the ballot line, correct?
Correct. Yes.
That was the question.
But TJ's really the only one that's downstairs for that anyway. The rest of it's volunteers or people from the public that we pay. But it comes out of the voting line, yes.
I just wanna, just in case for overtime, because you never know, sometimes they have to work late.
Yeah.
You can't force them to take comp time.
You can't force them, but they're pretty good about that, yeah.
Education and training.
You want overtime.
All right.
Again, I'm still looking for specifics on those type of things. So MMA conference, how many people that would cost, to break it down so that we have a good understanding of just having the amounts there. We have some level of detail, what to expect the people to go to next year. Who needs certification, in what areas, and how much it's gonna cost us.
I have no idea what the training will cost going forward because those will change.
Right, those trainings, we don't know what those trainings are throughout the year until sometimes 8 weeks before the trainings are even available.
Right, but we should have some estimate so that, you know, if 2 people are gonna go to the MMA conference, what it was last year. how much that cost us to go there, if people staying overnight, what that number is to put into lodging. You know, I'd like to see those numbers, you know, so that we have a plan, we know how much it is, but we can just start saying, this is how much we're gonna spend.
But the thing is, you also don't know where they have the MMA training, if they have it in Augusta, they have it in Bangor.
That's right.
So that affects all that too. And how much is it gonna cost to go, did they change the classes, the prices, because nothing ever goes down, you know that. So you can get a roundabout number, but you're never gonna get an accurate number.
Right.
Because you can have them go to the class, you know, oh yeah, we're all signed up to go, then something happens, they can't go.
That's right.
So you only get 50% back there or something. Depends on
I do think that it was nice to have that listed, they have, in the notes that talks about BNB, Voter Matters, Moses, and Trio training, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just don't know when they come up. And there might be one, there might be three, there might be a lot of changes for voting, and he has to go to five classes, who knows? Those are things we don't know.
And with new employees, number might not be high enough.
I think we're in a pretty good place, I think. But yeah, you just don't know.
Any other questions on education and training? Travel, food, lodging reimbursement, it stayed the same, it was approved at $1,500 last year. Town manager requested $1,500 this year. Trainings are often in Bangor and they are overnight, so any questions on travel and lodging? Holiday, PTO, longevity were all zero requested.
Correct, that's built into their pay now, it's not broke out.
Retirement, if you have anything in between me talking, I can go fast, so like, get your hand up, okay? Retirement, Mission Square, Main State Retirement, this year, town managers requested $27,272 and $11,457. Any questions on retirement? Payroll tax, FICA, Medicare, and main family leave on there now. So 28,462, 5,395, and 187. Any questions on payroll tax?
Main family leave or paid family leave?
It's that FMLA you have to pay.
They got some good
Employment insurance, opt-out is at zero. Employer paid health is been requested at $96,982. Workers' compensation, $37,825. Unemployment at $4,000. So those were, one second. So those were in, as well, we put the note in there is that it's in this part of the budget now instead of being in a separate line item, and insurance went up 9%.
Yes.
On the employer paid health, is that with every employee with the full family plan?
Not with the full,
You
no,
have- You have to put it that way. Because what if one employee quits, then another one comes in?
correct, but you
And
don't
they
need to
have
put
a
them
family.
all that way.
Hmm?
You don't have to put every employee that way.
You should,
You're gonna be way,
but you have to do it that way, because what happens, let's say, TJ, sorry, you leave, I shouldn't ask this.
I was like,
Let's say he has a single
conversation
family,
here,
let's say TJ has a single
I do
family,
have a single.
okay? He leaves, somebody takes his position, they have the family plan.
I understand that, but
You have to budget it that way.
it wasn't budgeted that way before.
We've always budgeted that way.
There
You
was
have
no
to
way that was
budget, like
budgeted
you have a
that
full
way.
complement of employees with the full
Not
family.
for every employee.
I'll make the note as a recommendation in there. Is there any other discussion on that?
This year you've expended 110,145, so you're coming in lower for next year. Is there?
That's the price. And I even increased it, knowing that halfway through there would be an increase. So I am not sure what that is over here. 110. I don't know. I can't answer that one. Why that's only 110.
No, but we probably had other employees here at the time that might have had, like Mark said, might have had
Families,
families and
yeah.
stuff like that. So that's one of the others.
Would you be able to get the cost of a family plan? Because if that department has five staff, right?
Let me ask, how difficult is it to make changes for these kind of adjustments that you're bringing before us? I mean, if somebody, if staffing changes and their family situation changes, really what would be the large impact for that? Is it
Or would you-
significant?
If you didn't have it in your budget? Yeah,
You go in the red.
yeah.
No, I know that,
But for
but
this meeting, it's pretty easy to have a conversation, make changes with,
Right.
because the budget committee and the select board will also kind of go separate and put together the final warrant.
Just not getting your question.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So the impact would, I get it, the impact is, the town pays 100% for the employee, 50% for the family. So there would be,
The computer will let me get it.
Let's say after this, let's say you budget for
I'm just wondering what the
100,000.
spread would be.
Let's say if you budget for $100,000, okay? And you only spend $70,000 of that, okay? That other $30,000 rolls into the town's undesignated surplus.
yeah.
So you have the money, so it just builds up the surplus account is what it does.
You're just building a pad.
That's all you're
Yeah.
doing.
Rainy day.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all it does.
Which then could be used to offset taxes in the future.
Exactly. So we use it to offset, what we do is, like we were saying, we purchased a dump truck last year with undesignated surplus. We purchased a boom mower, 100%. We did not take a loan up for that. We paid in cash. So that's what we use it for. Instead of doing, affecting the tax rate, we actually use it to help reduce the tax rate.
Do we know what the cost of a family plan and a single plan is?
I don't have the paper with me.
That's in the, to get information back.
This is a small item, but Florida paid life insurance last year was $120 expended, and nobody's buying life insurance this year. Was it covered under some other one?
That's a holy question. I don't know, the life insurance.
Where is that?
Don't mind that one, Jim.
I don't know.
What line is that?
I'm looking at the expenses.
Expense.
15.
550.
I'm looking at this 8-15.
Yes, thank you.
I don't have the Blue Cross paper with me for some reason.
You only, employee paid health only, how would I say this? If you have health insurance, there's no cost to us for employee life insurance. If you don't have health insurance, there is a cost.
Okay,
But in admin, there's no cost because everybody has insurance.
okay. So that's,
I don't have the health insurance numbers. I don't either. Yeah, if you know right where they are. Okay, I'll grab
I'm
them.
gonna go grab them.
So you can move on to the back.
Yes, yeah. Healthcare reimbursement account and flex spending are zero. Great question.
Those are in a major account later on. Those aren't broken out by department.
How come we didn't put it all, so we have actual spending in every department?
But
That's a holy question.
Because I had a question on fleet when we get down to it.
Fleet.
But we're not there yet.
I'm going to just come back to these ones,
Yep.
but okay.
Yep.
Other insurance, property, contractor, law, general liability, and fleet, you have a question on? So I didn't-
Fleet.
Yep.
So the town administration has no fleet, correct? We don't have a town car out there?
We have the van.
We have the SUV. Isn't that part of the fleet insurance?
We get billed separately for that. Let me see.
Because property contractors, a lot does the buildings and stuff like that, but the fleet is all the automobiles that we have.
I have that. So. Yes, we're charged for an auto. It's broke down by departments.
Who pays for that?
Who pays for that?
Yeah.
We do.
But it's not.
Which budget fund?
I don't know where she's taking that from. I think that's a bigger line right now. That's what I said. It's convoluted this year because we're trying to move things. Next year it won't be,
Not based on that.
because it'll be all where it's supposed to be.
Shouldn't be. The only reason why I'm saying that is because you're taking a budget that was originally 493, 279, and you're making it 726, 196. So now you have all kinds of money to spend.
No, because you're just bringing over the expenses that you're doing anyway.
I know that. What happens is when you go over a line, departments will take money from another line. You
I don't
understand?
know. I understand what you're saying. I walked into this being halfway through, so I'm
No,
just trying
no,
to
I'm not-
finish it.
I'm not taking it up on you. Michelle, so you know.
Just trying to
I
fix
just
it.
think it's a very bad idea. But it's not my decision.
Well, we're halfway there, so I'm not, to turn around and go back the other way would be a disaster. You gotta follow through something.
Mark,
TJ.
fleet is under insurance is number 11. Tab 11 under insurances.
Is where it was, yeah.
Well, that's,
So,
oh, it's not there.
well,
Wait a minute, it's not there now.
no, because it's moving over into each individual department.
Yeah, because
But
if you
there
look
was
at
no
the other
number.
departments, they all have a fleet account in there. And administration does not. That's why I was asking the question.
All right, I'm gonna go back up to insurance for a second, sorry, to jump back.
Talking about study, so
Yeah.
the employee only cost is $1,359.40 per month.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Sure. $1,359.40.
I just said 1360 in the notes.
Should be different.
Now, a family, remember, the cost is only 50% to the employee. So the family plan it costs $3,049.32. And then the town pays the $1,359.40 plus half the difference of the balance between the 3,000 and the 13, which is $1,689.82, which gives us the town paying another $844. So actually the town pays $2204.31 for a family plan, and the employee pays $844.91 per month.
All right,
22 what?
$2204.31,
2205.
And then the employee is what?
$845.
And I will tell you that out of all of our employees, there's only 2 that don't have just single coverage, because they don't want to pay for that expensive for the rest of their family.
Everybody
Yeah.
And you looked around, and MMA is the cheapest place to get.
Yeah, it is, yep.
That was monthly cost, right?
Correct.
Sadly enough.
And the sheet that I have, it's like, so the health plan for our 26 went up 9%, the dental went up 5%, the vision decreased, and then, there's no other adjustments for us. But the dental also had increased.
How much would it cost, question, if the town would pay 75% of the family plan? They pay 100% for the single
Mhm.
and 75, because that's something you can look at and let us know. You pay 75%?
So if you want to go up to 75 versus
Just
50?
asking questions, looking at numbers. Doesn't hurt to look.
So
Doesn't
that
cost
was
nothing.
2288. So the total cost was 3,050 times 77% would be 2288. Versus 2205, so it'd be about $80 more.
So from 50 to 75%? Doesn't sound right.
3050, 3,000 $50 times 0.75 is $22.75.
Oh, no, you gotta take the 1360 out of that first, because they automatically pay 100% of this single person,
So 33,050 minus
minus the 1360.
60 times the 0.75.
Yeah.
$12.67. So add that to the.
I mean, that's a great benefit, but only 2 people take advantage of it, so I would,
Of the family plan?
yeah,
26, 27.
yeah. So I would say leave it, not enough.
27. Yes, sir. Did you guys take notes on my formula functionality and the sheet?
What was the number?
26, 27.
00?
Yes, sir.
She's rounding the number.
Rounding.
There's no pennies.
What penny?
No, no pennies anymore.
Okay, sorry guys. So any other questions on the employer health? And then they have a question, I don't know if you were here when you left, maybe, about the employer paid life. Oh, no, we answered that.
Yeah.
And then the fleet was the next question of why,
Property contractor law, is that what? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that section. And so, Mark, do you want to restate your question on the fleet?
Yeah, all the other departments have a fleet charge, have a number for their fleet, except for administration.
Yes, we need to move that. That's another thing that needs to move.
Yeah.
Out of the insurances up to admin. So that's moving,
So that number could get moved to,
yes.
that next week, or whenever.
What's that?
Yeah, I don't think that's moving by next week. I don't know.
I'm trying.
Okay, any other questions on other insurance? Service fees, so registry fees, state clerk fees, and bank fees. It increased this year, registry fees from 5,000 to 7,500.
So just a question on that. Is there offsets for revenue for that registration fees?
This
Or
is
registry- I mean, registry
yeah,
fees.
this is for liens and,
And then Donna's, all of Donna's,
right, so no, there's nothing offsetting for that. Well, do you charge lien fees onto the,
yeah, they
Yes.
go onto the real estate, yes, they do.
You get reimbursed.
Right, so we get that back when they pay.
if they pay?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you do get some of your fees back.
Plus, so what's,
So it comes out in your revenue on
is
the
it
other
a,
side.
is it a percentage per registry?
How much does it cost to file a lien? Just a roundabout number.
I recall, and she told me it went up to $25.
Yeah.
It went up, actually. It was a lot less, but it went up.
And we're getting more and more because the first lien, the second lien, and then the foreclosure. And a lot of people let their property go into lien the first time before they even come in. It's too bad because you're accruing all these fees. Yeah.
But it did go up from, I think it was 19 to 25.
But I'm assuming we can't charge more than what it costs us to.
I'm not sure about that. I don't think so. Because those would be considered some kind of legal fees.
It's the cost of it.
So can we get a list besides the liens? You said what Donner does. So what's the assessor?
I don't know what she gets. She gets something in the mail all the time. I don't know what it is. I don't look at it. It's not mine.
Oh, she gets copies of the deeds.
The deeds,
Yes. So these lien fees are basically when you do your liens and your foreclosures is what this is.
And the notes in there indicate that it's been over budgeted the last couple of years.
We've gone over budget.
And so raising that, but I can add in the notes for our list.
We're just trying to figure out where the number comes from other than,
Yeah.
it's a generic number, but
Well, it is a generic number, but if you look at it,
Right.
we have been short in that account for the previous 2 years.
You think they've increased the postage cost year over year as well. It's over $10 to send a certified letter now.
But is that in that number?
That would,
Postage in that
No,
number?
postage not in that line, don't you think? This is just the registry fees, the liens and the foreclosures, and, yeah,
And, was it,
unless they took it out previously, and that's why it went over budget, I don't know.
Would that include the 30-day notice too?
Yes,
Which is the postage for that too, right?
yeah. This has been trending over budget, so I think we should put a little bit more in there.
But should we include postage for those items in this one or just?
We have,
there's a postage
we
line.
have a postage.
There was a postage line, I know.
See,
I
though,
didn't
did we
know.
say the same? Yeah, yeah. I don't remember, it's a while ago since I worked on this.
I'll make a note of it.
Yeah.
Well, postage is,
No, I stayed the same, because that's 9,000, and we didn't come
Lien
close.
fees are $35. Thank you.
Any other questions on service fees? Utilities, cell phones, 3,500, heat, 5,000, electricity, 4,000, water, 2,000, sewer, 1,200, and internet, 2,400. I think they're all pretty self-explanatory, but does anyone have a question about them?
So we split the heat, all these utilities are split with the police department?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're trying to split them
I
out.
do,
Yeah.
I split them.
Good.
How you doing it?
I take the cost and I split it in two.
Check.
They get 50, I get 50.
Any other questions?
Except for the cell phones, their charges. I
Right,
would-
right, more.
Nancy, did you have a question?
That was my question.
Okay. Mark?
No, it's probably in the building heat, so I'm all set.
So heat and electricity is 50/50.
Water, sewer. all
Yep.
of it.
Yep, water, sewer, yep.
Internet.
Any other questions? Office, general supplies, postage, computer technology, software fees, copier printer fees, advertising and voting. The numbers are 5,500 for general supplies, postage at 9,000, computer technology at 15,000, software fees at 33,000, copier printer fees at 7,000, advertising at 1,000, and voting at 6,000. Any questions on general supplies?
What is the advertising money going towards?
You skipped ahead. General supplies first. We'll get down there. I'll come right back to you.
I've got a question. As far as the copier, does the town own the copier?
No, we're leasing it.
Is that?
Yeah.
And when was that contract last negotiated?
I have no idea, it was before me.
Yeah, me too. I'll have to do it.
It just seems odd.
Well, the machine's not very good either, so yeah.
Something for the list.
Yes.
Yeah.
Put it on your list,
Yes,
Holly.
please.
Just, you know, we have 3 leases for copiers. One PD, one here, and one other. It's all the same.
Let's skip ahead, Alex, to voting. Jake.
Is general supplies, like you guys from home with that? 'Cause it's almost half, right? Or is that like, you got like 600 left?
Well,
Enough, or?
yeah, that's gonna be enough. I mean, we had, with the swapping of all the new employees, there were chairs and there was different, I think that'll be fine now that we're all settled.
Yeah.
For the most part, so, yeah, so I think some of these expenses won't use up as much next year now that we've hopefully settled.
You had a question.
Any other questions on general supplies?
Computers.
Yeah.
Anything? You said general supplies, postage, computer software?
I'm going, it's okay. You can ask.
So
Keep
where are
going.
we? we skipping postage?
All right, you're on.
Postage.
I'm with you.
I have a question, General Supplies.
Yeah.
Okay, general supplies. Who's that?
The general supplies, because you had said, Austin pointed it out, sorry, I can't talk very well. That, you know, we've got like 600 left. And you had mentioned that, like, it was with switching personnel and buying chairs and this and that.
Right.
Is it fair to say that, because you said we'll be fine with having that 600 left, is it fair to say that we can actually increase that line?
I wouldn't dare do it this year, but maybe next
Is
year.
there any reason behind increasing that?
Oh, increasing or decreasing?
Decreasing.
I don't dare. I mean, you can, and we'll have to work with whatever we have, but I wouldn't dare.
Because you had said that, like.
Right,
everything
they have
should
spent, I mean, that amount has historically been appropriated there, and they've spent a good portion of that. So I wouldn't dare decrease it. I'm just thinking, we're gonna tough it out with $600 for the rest of the year, because that's all we've got left. But we may be pretty short on office supplies and things by the time we hit June.
Well, that's why Austin was asking.
Yeah.
600 off. I said, yes.
Well, it's gonna have to be, because that's what's in the budget. Well, we'll make
You
it,
also said that you guys have bought office chairs for different personnel and stuff like
right,
that.
that we
Well,
have.
now we have those office chairs, so we're not gonna need those in the next upcoming budget. So,
You might.
Yeah, or something goes with the computer, or,
well, that's a big confusion.
but if we have issues with computers, if we take out
We're not
all
on
that
that line yet.
But that's
I
not
know.
the general
I
I'm just going off the general supply.
Right, but we could take a computer out of general supplies if we had to, because some of those computers are aging and there's issues. So,
Do you have any other questions on general supplies? No, you're okay.
General supplies.
oh, the sheet,
Yeah.
Or-
oh, yeah, pass it,
Garage.
yeah, pass it down.
Angie, did you have a question?
Question in general, probably considered a dumb question, but we have FY '24 and FY '25 in no numbers. I think that would alleviate a lot of these questions. If it would have said 24, we spend 4,000 and something, 25, we spend total of blah, blah, blah. This year, this is where we're at, so I understand that, but like, why are we doing it?
Because I didn't have the figures. You can look at the spreadsheet and look at them, I guess.
Yeah, but they're not in, well, for those, a lot of other things, the numbers for 24 and 25 aren't in here, it's just this year's. And we had them last year.
Are
But
you,
they're in the spreadsheet. The big ones.
They're in the spreadsheet.
Yeah, but isn't the spreadsheet just the approved budget for each of those years? It's not the budget and actual.
They don't have an actual expenditure, it's just we've got to approve it.
That's my sheet. I just put in the figures for this year.
Those are budget numbers like mine.
Rocky, do you have any other questions? I'm sorry.
No, it was just, we have a lot of blank space on the paper. and
I
nothing
made
to
this
it.
sheet myself to go line by line. I believe last year, all you had was that spreadsheet to look at. Those numbers are there. You can look at the spreadsheet. I just thought it would be easier if we were gonna go line by line to see what last year, this year was, and what the difference was.
We didn't have a spreadsheet last year.
Well, what the hell did you have?
We,
I'm gonna just,
Pages.
I'm gonna level set for just a second though. I just wanna make sure we stay on track. So are there items within general supplies that you need clarification on at all?
well, like I said, if we have 600 left over,
Yeah.
bought the office chairs and stuff like that, we can't count computers, because computers. is
What else comes out of that, Polly? You're the one that pays the bills.
Hold on one second,
Okay.
I'm only looking at general supplies.
Yeah.
And 2 years ago, according to this line item, it was 5,000. We increased it to 5,500 last year. So we're trying to stay the same.
Yeah.
But we're not turning over new offices like we did last year throughout this budget year.
Hopefully not.
With buying new material chairs and stuff like that. I'm not talking the computers or if the computer goes down, because that's under the computer fund.
So we
So
can,
that's why I was saying, is it fair to say that we could, where we have almost 648.72, is it fair to say that we potentially could, like George and Pay, trying to save money where we can? Can we potentially decrease it? That's just a general question.
would it be helpful to have kind of maybe some potential big purchases throughout that are expected next year? Or, because like, are you asking for items like, is it postage notes and paper and binders and like that
That's
stuff?
what general supplies is.
Yes,
it is. To me,
Pens,
yeah.
Pencils,
Yes.
paper for the copier,
I
like
understand.
stuff like that. That's general supplies.
Yeah,
Is how I'm considering it.
Yeah.
So if we still have money left over, we only have a few more months left to go before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that we could potentially bring that back down to 5,000 if we're not buying new office chairs and stuff?
Yeah,
That's all
and-
I was asking.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair kind of question as well. So what would you need for information to have a good decision?
It was just a
Just a
Just
discussion?
a general question, if you felt comfortable with,
Yeah.
if we went
Okay.
back to the 5,000
Yeah.
instead of the 5,500. I
Thank you,
understand
Rocky.
chairs break
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was just saying, we bought those, so
Right.
if we could save a little bit.
thank you, Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a question that's not specifically related to your
About
own
that
debt?
number, just there's a project that's gonna be worked on that's gonna require some money for general supplies. That vault needs some TLC with organization. The records have been kept, but there is some desperate need of organization in that vault to make sure things are organized. So if anything were to happen to me, the next person can go in there and know what they're looking at. So the planning board stuff is here and they can look and say, okay, maps from this time period are here. Right now, you walk in that vault, you won't know where anything is. So
TJ,
there
we're
will be
not-
supplies.
Sorry, we're not gonna get like too far into the weeds of
No,
stuff?
no, I'm
Okay.
just saying,
Okay, good,
the money there will be
Yeah.
used appropriately, so if
gotcha.
there's money, like,
Yeah.
it'll be used appropriately.
Gotcha, TJ. Angie, did you have anything? I was trying to, okay. Good, I'll go down that side of general supplies. Oh, sorry.
I just had an observation when I'm listening to your thoughts, and it's sounding to me that you would like to be able to contain the things that are consumables, would be a different type of a purchase than office equipment that, hard goods.
Yep.
And so, right now, all of this is grouped underneath one umbrella, and I think I'm hearing the argument that because all of that stuff is underneath of one umbrella, that's where they want to keep the safety net. Am I going in the right direction with
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Would it be helpful to have this split up just a little bit, maybe in the years coming, to say actual office equipment, inventory equipment?
I think it's a good reference. I don't see it being a problem though.
Yeah, inventory equipment, it would be things that you're not replacing all the time, like Post-it notes and things and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. That's just the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
That might be a little more clear. Okay.
And I wonder if it just would be helpful to be able to bring up that information now with Holly's, in that general supplies. She can list out what she's paid, right? You have that, and if we could get the computers to work down here. then
Yeah,
we can
that's
check
a big
that, and
problem.
that would be able to answer these questions.
I know, I was trying.
I know, you could just look at those, so
Yeah.
if we could work on whatever technology.
Thank you.
I think it's too difficult to try and go back, going forward.
Right.
It may be a better business plan.
To break it
going
out.
forward.
Postage. Any questions? Computer technology? Question?
Computers? You were saying that you have an evening computer system here, it's time.
Well, we've replaced some this year. We can piecemeal it, but instead of doing them all at
We
the
always
same
tried
time.
to, in the past, we always tried to replace one or two every year.
Correct.
That way you're staying up. Just like the server, how old is the server now? Probably 4 or 5 years old. It would be worth looking to get the age of that, and it might be time to upgrade that.
I was working with that on the capital plan today.
Isn't that still on the PE side?
Yeah,
And we're not supposed to do that either, I don't think.
no. That should have been brought over here a long time ago.
Yes.
And again, if you
The
remember
server's
last
5 years
year,
old. I have the asset inventory upstairs.
we actually got a estimate or a document from Computer Place.
Yes.
On what we needed to upgrade.
Yep.
For each department, and I'm not sure if we still have that.
I do.
Okay,
I have that. Might be here.
we actually have several computers that were, I want to say, redline,
Yeah.
no longer supported,
Right,
that we need to look at. Right.
but some of that has already been taken care of. But yes, I have the list.
Any other questions on computer technology?
Do we know how many are due for repair, just so I can write it down in my notes?
Well, that one's been replaced already. Let's see. No,
This postage, that's for the whole town, right?
correct.
Mine is separated.
Yeah. Yeah,
Again, I'm just trying to get the firm number, that's all.
two. That hasn't already been taken care of.
Two that need to be replaced or updated.
Updated.
No, replaced.
Which two?
Yeah,
Because all three county.
you think so?
Yes. This is coming from someone who worked in technology for 8 years. All of it.
All right, then we'll say three.
3,
But those are the two that I'm replacing.
could you?
They're on the list.
Could you, by, I'm wondering, when the budget committee meets,
Mhm.
could we have a price for how much it costs for all that?
For 2 new computers?
Well,
Three new
whatever
computers?
you need done for the upgrade.
In server two work?
No, whatever you guys.
Okay.
No, we don't have
No.
Any other questions on computers or technology? Software fees? Question?
Is what it is.
Me?
Go ahead.
Is what it is.
Okay. All right, Alex. Yours.
Oh, just what you wanted?
What are we advertising?
Oh, we want advertising. Hold on, I was on top.
Oh, yeah.
Software fee, I thought we were.
We just did something.
Yes.
This copy of printer.
Yeah, copy and printer is next.
Oh, sorry, I already did that. We already did that.
Okay, move ahead. Advertising.
No, we're at
TJ.
software fees. I mean, we're at copy or printer. No, advertising, no, sorry.
Advertising.
Stop.
Alex,
Advertising,
we're
okay.
advertising.
TJ, you want to explain the advertising? Because that's you with your ads
I'm
for.
still at software.
Oh.
So I know you guys want to jump ahead,
But
but
technically, she did ask.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Andrew. What do you got?
All right, what's it got?
so Trio government Windows Adobe, is the increase because we need the new software or the fees go up?
The fees went up and those are non-negotiable
Where does
fees.
the fee go to, please?
I don't have that down here. But I can get that for you.
Was it like 139 or something last year? Can't remember, I know it was expensive, but I'd like to know what the new
Yep.
rate is.
I'll get that for you.
And I think that new Adobe rate, was that the one you were kind of talking about, or which?
Well, last year, they didn't really specify, they just said software fees were X amount of dollars an hour.
Well, I know that the Adobe was priced out individually, and that's been a huge improvement. Yeah, so that was, I just heard that was,
Yeah, that,
brought us up to 2020, 2025.
I agree with Andy, I'd like to see that list with the amount next to it.
Yep.
Trio's got, it's web-based now, but it's X amount of dollars.
We can get that.
All right, any other questions? I don't think you guys want Alex to talk. This is his first
I do,
one.
I
I
do.
know. All right, Alex, so,
Advertising, that's for when we have public hearings, it needs to be advertised in the paper. The people who are applying for the permits or whatever, they pay, so that comes back as a revenue. But usually we have to pay that out, so we have to have the money here. So the money comes back, but we have to have that money in the line. But the Sun Journal prices have gone up significantly, so the prices that we were charging, we charged the person, because I looked at a price that we had charged 6 months ago when the last clerk was here. And then when we got the bill, I looked at Holly and said, this is $40 more than what we charged this person. And it's like, well, I'm not gonna call them back in because this is what we charged them. This is what the last bill was. This is what they told me on the phone. I called the Sun Journal and had it out with them, but, so that's why it's increased. Newspaper
That's all I
prices
wanted to
are extremely expensive. So we're trying to find ways around advertising in the newspaper.
I thought they passed a law that you do not have to put it in the paper anymore. I thought they set something up for advertising that if you do it a couple different ways, you're good.
like website, Facebook,
Exactly.
and public notice or something.
Yeah.
Yes?
I think we looked into that, and there was still something that we had to do in the newspaper.
It depends on what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
It depends on what it is. There are some things you can still do that. There are some things you still have, the statute specifically says you have to do.
Too far in the weeds.
So,
Until the paper's almost gone.
Mark, I'm back. Any other questions on advertising?
So if you were gonna advertise, let's say we have a town meeting coming up, send out postage or whatever for that, where would that money come from? Would that be advertisement?
If we were mailing out something, that would just come out of
Not
postage.
mainly, but like you can pay to like have ads on Facebook too about, so I just don't know if that would be,
Huh, we've never done that. So yeah, that would
Right.
come out of advertising, yeah.
like you can set it for an area and just like, hey, you know, a
Yeah.
month before town meeting. I don't know, that's.
That may
again,
be
I'm
more
not a
effective than the
department head,
newspaper at this point, yeah.
but I don't know if that would come out of advertising or not, but
Yeah.
that's just an idea. We have an extreme lack of
Is it a
interest.
campaign? Is it a Facebook campaign? Is that what
Yeah.
you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, or advertising, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, that would still come out of advertising.
It's just something to think about.
Yeah.
Do not forget my spelling on this. but I'm gonna send it to you.
Are we reimbursed for liquor license application advertisements for public hearings?
yes.
So, town meeting has to be advertised as well?
What is the charter that does?
Right, so I'm just trying to figure out how much advertising that you do. So, and whether or not we get what's outside of what collecting the revenues.
Well, it doesn't matter, you can't take money out of a revenue to pay an expense, you have to have it on the expense side anyway.
No, I agree,
Okay.
but it's in the revenue side.
Yeah.
You know, it's what.
It's
we're
washing.
covering our-
Right.
Would you like a list? You agree? Okay.
So are we increasing by 900?
Yes, 900,
900.
yeah, that didn't add up right, it's 900.
Any other questions on advertising? Voting, 5,000 to 6,000 was the requested, so 1,000 different. Any questions on a $1,000 increase on voting?
I know it's worth.
Any other questions?
Did you say one?
Great.
Said I know it's worth.
Equipment and, TJ. Equipment and supplies, so general equipment is asking $1,000. Any questions on general equipment?
Plus general equipment.
Scanners, the shredder, label maker, shelving, fire extinguishers,
General supply.
no, that's equipment.
So this. Okay,
So a supply is a consumable. you're
Right,
saying,
Right,
or
but earlier when we just had this discussion, they just said chairs and everything came out of general supply.
Because we had
the
to,
question to separate it out, but it's already separated out.
yeah, it is.
What's the increase?
There is no increase on that one.
Well, we maybe a $1,000 increase, but it wasn't there.
Okay, hold on. Where's your budget paper? Maybe that's something you're breaking out.
Yeah,
Okay.
So Angie, can I just ask a question? Would it make sense to just put like chairs in this instead of,
Well, it already said that, office furniture, shredder, label maker, shelving, fire extinguishers, and scanners. So,
Mine says,
general
yeah, I did. I said
supplies,
office
again,
furniture.
go back to their
yeah,
conversation, we don't have to wait until next year, because it's already there, so Rocky had $1,000.
So I can't answer that one because her line isn't on here. So that's gotta be something that's moved over. Yeah.
With the fire extinguisher doing the building maintenance. Goes down.
You can put them there, I guess. No, I'm on the second page.
So.
Pages where to create a budget item that is inventory office equipment. Office equipment.
Rocky,
You know, because you got that, it's straddling a couple of different line items. Maybe clearly have that under one, and just label office equipment.
Yep.
Because everything for the office is, you know, it's inventory, it's equipment.
Because I'm thinking that this is a new line.
I'll pull everything out of the supplies and look at them and see if they belong there, if they belong over here.
Yeah, 'cause I'm thinking this is, because there was nothing appropriated last year, so I'm thinking this is.
I'm not suggesting that these aren't needed, but.
No,
But the
no.
way of presenting them,
Yeah.
it's more justifiable. If you
So that's something
that
that's.
way than specific.
Absolutely.
Rocky, I'm sorry, did you guys have questions down there?
Well, he was asking about the fire being under the building maintenance, but from our previous years, the only thing under building maintenance was the cleaning of the building. That's what I was just explaining.
That's okay. I just want to make sure I didn't miss. Any other questions on general equipment? Cleaning,
No, fire service, correct.
it's a
No,
deduction.
it's a deduction. We're gonna do it in-house. The amount of money that was appropriated didn't cover what the cost of the cleaner was to do an efficient job. And when you break it down hourly, it's cheaper to pay our staff to do it than it is to hire somebody. So we'll just take care of it.
Question, two questions. First is, remember when you said they don't have the time to do it?
Yes, I knew you were gonna say that.
And number two, how are they gonna do it working 40 hours a week?
Because they clean in the morning before they come, you're not gonna clean the whole building every day. The offices can be done once a week. I take care of my own office, Holly takes care of her own office, Ginny takes care of, so the offices are taken care of by the
Because they used
people
to-
in them.
I know years ago they used to do it all by themselves too, so it's.
Yeah. The main area will be done every morning and then the
Just-
offices
I
and
just
the,
had the same.
I know you did, because I snapped at you the night you said it.
Is there
I
any
knew it
other,
was coming.
is there any other questions on cleaning, George?
I would like to second Mark's motion.
What?
He didn't make a
Oh,
motion.
he didn't.
I didn't.
That, I don't feel, again, this is just my personal opinion, that the clerks in the front office or everybody in the town office has time to clean their own area. Again, I made a proposal last year to put a part-time janitor back in the budget. And they would do more than clean the offices, which shoveling snow, he mowed the lawns, cleaned the windows, took out the trash, a ton of things. And again, I figured it out at $18 an hour times 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, gives you $15,000. You know, to have somebody on staff that then can clean up stuff during the day.
And why did that position go away?
Well, it went away because it was a full-time position and it made it half-time. And then the full-timer was doing half-time here and half-time at the transfer station. So essentially, I mean, for me, if we could find somebody who wanted to work 4 hours a day, 5 days a week, or 4 days a week, because we're only working 4 days a week, that, you know, it would save everybody time, you know, people who work in the office can do their work and we have somebody separate, shovel the walks.
I can see emptying your trash cans, but you can't expect them to wax the floors. You know, there's a lot of stuff that they should not be doing.
Do you know what?
Waxing of the floors is gonna have to be bid out anyway, because that's not even the person that we currently have doing some housekeeping is not capable of doing the waxing of the floors.
But
We should, we should cut the sticky notes and then that will decrease trash.
Test chairs, everything coming out of general supplies, and you're gonna come out of somewhere else.
Right, Rocky?
We want to cut the sticky notes.
All right, so I mean, that'd be fantastic, but I think you're gonna struggle to find somebody to work for $18 an hour to clean this place. And, I mean, you couldn't get a housekeeper to come in for, God almighty.
$200
Yeah, $200 a week.
You don't know unless you ask.
No, I know one time, Gary, correct me if I'm wrong, we tried to get somebody, a part-timer from the transfer station, to come up and do some work.
Yeah, I did one.
It didn't work with it. Because you have a younger person there now, right? Maybe they'd be interested. Because if you have them part-time over there, then you're basically doing the same thing, part-time over here, you could potentially have them a full-time employee.
No.
No,
Just
then you
throwing
have
those questions out. It's just conversational.
So if you're gonna bid out waxing on the floors and that stuff, where is that in the budget?
It's not.
Building maintenance.
Yes. Yeah.
Building maintenance.
Stripping the floors. Building maintenance. You
Yeah,
save the
I could
floor,
come out of
that's
that.
what it replaces the floor.
Any other questions?
Conversation piece.
Would you like to share it with all of us?
No, it's a good conversation
Oh.
piece to discuss.
Okay, good. Still discussing or are we good? Vehicle fuel and fleet maintenance, was stayed the same. Any discussion? Wait, okay.
Yeah, he's supposed to get.
This on this sheet is, two below.
Oh, you're going by the spreadsheet, that's fine. Which one are we on?
Why doesn't police share building maintenance and ground maintenance?
So we're gonna skip ahead to building maintenance.
Well, you might look, it's right after cleaning, so we're not really bad.
No, I'm not doing, cleaning is a vehicle, not buildings.
Yeah, but if we're going by your line, we just need to flip these two tables.
So you have no money put aside in case that vehicle breaks down outside?
Sorry, we're gonna skip ahead to building and I'll come back to fleet. I know, I'm sorry.
No, I can change my papers around.
Well, we're on that topic of building, so it's okay.
Okay.
So building maintenance, your question was sharing with police.
Yeah, why are they paying half? Charging water, sewer, electricity? You know, what if they back into the garage door, who's gonna pay for the garage door? They leave the door open, who's gonna take care of the frozen pipes?
Building is built on.
Oh my God. Where?
I'm gonna leave it lowercase.
Down here, no,
Oh.
UIEL,
Put in the spreadsheet,
killing me.
actual spreadsheet. It's-
Oh.
Okay, I'll print a copy off. Hold. It's gonna leave.
So that is a great question, I concur with her. Like, if we're splitting the costs down the middle, they need to be held liable for costs for their side. And they use the building a lot more than the office people.
Yeah.
Except for one particular.
Renting.
Or hostage.
That's fine.
So I really like
Yeah, we can.
Any other questions on building maintenance or ground maintenance? We could probably tackle both of these with one conversation. Good.
So again, I'm just looking at the additional stuff that needs to be done, the building needs to be power washed.
And I know there's holes in the roof, right?
I've heard that. I've never seen that.
You go up in the attic and on a nice day, you look outside.
Is that from the CBS?
So again, I'd like you to consider those things, you know, that it hasn't been done, it really needs to be done. I need somebody to look at the roof again, have
So
this
are you
discussion.
quantifying that in the building maintenance? That's what I'm thinking.
You know, if we can get an estimate or again, somebody, a contractor to look at the roof again.
I don't know how the bricks there, it's a hole there. It's not. It's not your hole.
So many coyotes they have on the roof.
Oh my God, that's the
Any other comments, questions on buildings or ground maintenance? All right, fleet, fuel and vehicle fleet maintenance, stays the same. Any conversation or questions around?
How you gonna fix that truck when you don't have no money allocated for it?
Hope I don't have to fix it. The garage,
Just
town
tell me,
garage will fix it.
what if it needs parts?
Well, hopefully they
How you gonna pay for it? So they don't carry parts down there for that. Just telling you, you gotta put some money in there.
I put forward exactly what was there last year.
What is the age of that vehicle?
Oh, I have no
I think it
idea.
was 16 or 17. Maybe even 2.
It's not used a whole lot.
No, but it's still a New England vehicle that's
Right.
10 years old.
Should we get rid of it?
No.
That's fine.
Technically, with that vehicle, when we got it originally, it was when the employees go to classes or anything like that, they take the vehicle to Mount Hay, mileage and stuff like that.
It's more the
And more
Cody that
so,
uses
yeah,
it.
Code uses it too.
Yeah.
I'm just agreeing for vehicles could potentially be 10 years old. We might want to start thinking about more repairs. Yeah.
It did have a lot of, work to it before we got it. I think like, I want to say, $2,500 worth of repairs.
I told you.
Enforcement.
I told you not to pick up my spelling. It's the rule. All right. Anything else? Rick?
Okay.
Andy?
Why, what has been spent so far this year for the, yeah, what we're talking about on this?
Well, because apparently there was a page 2 that didn't make it.
Ah,
Because Holly and I were looking for something and it's not on them.
that could be the reason.
Yep.
And can I also suggest for this, for the next round, is that we use the expense revenue summary report instead of this one? Because it gives you the percentage.
No, I don't know how to do that one. That's you. Yeah.
That is nice. Okay.
I don't know how to do that.
I will make sure.
Noted, George.
Any other questions about any of this? We're at the end. Great.
So can I drop back to computers?
No, I kind of began the meeting without it all in your face.
Well, I just found my face. Sorry. This is what I had from last year. Since we've been doing, business, since we've been in business, we've done, Goodness hasn't done any contracts with us. About 5 years ago, I did help the previous town manager compile an IT budget by department. You can see it here, and then I click here for that spreadsheet. If you budget $25,000 per year for the town, $2,400 for fire, $13,000 for PD, $3,300 for public works. That should take care of their stuff.
Software?
Just computer repair. Computer maintenance.
So you get a copy of that? Or sometime.
Sure, yeah. This is from last, you should have the last year budget.
Well, I must have it then.
Great. Any other questions?
We have a spreadsheet that shows the vendors for last year. It's hard to, like was mentioned earlier, not asked for. It's hard to really know what we're asking for, actually.
Go to the books, the actual expenditures, exactly what you said.
The spreadsheet does show your numbers from last year.
Well, like, I've got a huge blank section. And,
Sure. So your huge blank section is, because this year they're breaking all that stuff out,
Right.
medical, employee paid health, workers' comp, that's why there's nothing in there, 'cause
Okay, good.
Because it came from somewhere else.
it used to be one
Okay, but there
drive.
still should be physical numbers somewhere to put into the spreadsheet to equate for 493,000 last year to 726,000 this year.
Again, right, those were all included in, like insurances was included in a lump sum.
I understand that, but if they're moving it.
Yeah.
Right, but they're not
What
broke.
we're seeing before, we need to have it, because if not, I gotta go through.
So they're not broke,
papers to
they're
try
not
and do
broke
it.
out from last year it wasn't broke out. It was one lump sum, wasn't broke out by departments. So there's only one number. Now we're breaking it out into 6, whatever, how many departments it is. So there's no number for us to put there.
Which like if you do that over a long period of time, I would think that it actually helps because you can see what a department costs.
That's right, next year, we'll have the number from this year and we'll be able to tell. But just this year, it's convoluted because we're breaking everything out.
Okay, but just admin alone is $726,000.
Right.
Where do you get those numbers?
It's health insurance, it's, what are all the things you've gotten broke out? It's utilities, it's all your insurances, your payroll taxes.
You take from 04 all the way down to a big 10, and you add that into it from last year.
So I'll just write in the number, that's what the number is.
It will look, I think Rocky, what you're looking for will be the following year, you'll have the numbers.
Yes.
You know what I mean, going.
Well, just like every other year prior to this one, we've had that previous year.
Right, because nothing was broke out. If you look,
For everything here. We had all.
if you look at the budget comparison paper, that's why I have 2 different charts on there, because I knew the top part is with everything moving. The bottom section is apples to apples. I mean, it's not broke out, but it's at least the totals you can see comparative for exactly what you had in that budget last year.
So can I ask a question?
Sure.
So going through these, what I'm seeing is that we are looking at just budget numbers for 23, 24, 25, right? Is it possible to get the expenses, the actual expenses for 23, 24, 25? Because then we can look at that and say, okay, every year we're asking for $10,000, but for 3 years we've only spent 5. Is that a line that can be reduced?
Exactly.
I don't know if you can go back that far.
That's exactly what I was.
Even if it's 2 years?
We used to do it. I have books at home that still have from 3 or 4 years back, and it tells you actual expenditure. This is exactly what we spent this year.
Yeah.
That year, this is what we're asking for this year.
Because like if we look at this expense detail report, right, so this is, I'm assuming as of today,
Yep.
January 29,
High, you're not bringing-
right? So we're looking at, registry fees, $5,000, but as of right now, you've already
So if you
overspent.
look at tab 20 is last year's complete one. So you can at least see what was spent last year.
Okay, so under education and training, we're saying we budgeted 5,000 for FY '26 and spent 6,000, so we overspent 5,000. Right, so now when we're looking at this year, if we had a couple of years, we could say, every year we keep saying 5,000, but they keep spending 6.
Yep.
It's silly to keep negative 5.
Was there, Marky, was there any other questions down there? Angie?
I think the thing that's a little, and I'm just using these two for an example. It's like showing no holiday PTO, and these are just example spots. So if somebody chooses not to take vacation, that's leftover money. You know what I mean? Even though we budgeted for it, say it's $1,000 for that week. That $1,000 is still sitting there, but it's not listed here because it's all been compiled into full-time wages,
Correct.
which,
They're not gonna get paid more than their full-time workers.
That's right. So you're double budgeting if you have it in wages and vacation.
you wouldn't have it in full-time, you would have it just in the PTO bank. Because if those people don't use it, that means that $1,000 would stay there and you would see like, hey, why isn't this person using their PTO? Or Gary Bird's a great example. You know, he's wanting to cash his in or whatever else, but nobody knows if that's just wages or broke out into PTO, what that would be. So I think that's kind of what, if I'm hearing you correctly.
So do you allow people to bank PTO and then get cashed out?
No, it's never
No.
supposed to be cashed out.
So then it should already be included in wages.
That's right. That's
Because
exactly
the
why it's
wages
like
are
that.
taking it as if they, so a full-time employee works 2,080 hours a year. Period. So if I take a week off, that's part of my 2,080 hours.
That's right.
I understand.
That's why I'm saying, but so if they were paying it out, then yes, we would want a line item for that.
That's
Right.
right. That's why it's included in full-time wages.
Yeah, but as far as that goes, like, the full-time wages actually decreased from the year previous, and we're rolling all that stuff out into the full-time wages, which I get with different personnel, different pay and stuff like that. But that's the numbers that like, we need to see in order to, our ultimate job here is to fund our budget with what we actually need.
Absolutely.
And right now, I just have a total and I can't justify.
So which one are you looking at? Just the first one, the wages?
No, I'm saying like, I can't justify the increase, like, or not necessarily an increase, it could be a decrease, I don't know, because I don't have the previous number to go off. And I get you're trying to roll into, it was somewhere at some point.
Correct.
So if it was like, I don't know, just pick one,
Yeah.
we'll go.
Right.
She does have somewhere.
Right.
like,
Right, but it wasn't
employer
broke out
paid
by
up,
department.
Like we got,
So this wasn't-
you guys have got the number, it's too. But like 96,000 for employer paid out.
Mhm.
I have no number
16.
prior to that. So
Right,
I don't
because it
know
was
if
all
that-
over.
If that went up, if it went down, stuff like that, like I don't I don't have those numbers, we had those before.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, we've had these spreadsheets before
So-
that showed the previous year.
Correct, but the previous years is one lump sum. And to Mark's point, he said you're gonna get into a mess trying to break it out.
Oh, you're gonna make it a mess no matter what.
So Rocky, though, with the health insurance, it went up 9%.
There's a way of doing it.
Hold on, so, like, what would be helpful, like, we're not, if taking it out of our free budget and putting it into a number so that you can see health insurance versus health insurance, or what would be helpful to have information that you need?
This is, of course, it's gonna put it on Holly. You take last year's number and you do the process that you're gonna do now. You take each employee, this is how much it costs for this employee, you put those lines in there. You add it up in each line, which is, so you take in mental opt-out, employer paid health, how many employees you have here for last year? How much did it cost for those 4 employees? You put it in that line. And you just go all the way down, and it's gonna tell you exactly how much you spent last year, and put it in that number.
So you're asking them to rebuild last year?
Yeah, exactly.
Just those
That's-
lines.
That's not happening. There's no
Take an
time
hour.
for that.
Where does it benefit, though?
It doesn't.
But when we
It
go to
doesn't.
town meeting, we have to justify the number that we come up with and the number that you guys come up with. Right now, the number that you guys have, like, right here is $726,000, which is an increase from 493, which was approved last year. So a townsperson that's not looking at papers in front of them like us, they're gonna go to the town meeting and they're gonna see this huge jump, especially if they remember what was approved last year. They wrote it down in the notebook, and they're gonna go, where do you come up with that number? And I'm gonna look at them as a budget committee member and go, I don't know, that's the numbers I was given. I don't know where all these numbers came from.
How, but I,
And when they ask that question, we can respond with, if you look at
the line.
payroll taxes and retirement, for instance. Yes, those numbers are there. Well, last year, there was an account by itself for $38,000.